Hey, welcome back to More Than Rivals, the podcast where we bring you more rivals. Today I'm joined here by Max and Jorg. Jorg, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself before we get started?
Hi, I'm Jorg, also known as Ian. I play Olympia, and yeah.
And then Max, what about you?
So, I'm Max, formerly known as Toothbrush, currently known as the Prince of Delaware. I play Ranno, pretty good at that character. Yeah.
Yeah? What? Uh-oh, I saw some shade over there. So first up, this week on the channel we put out a community tier list, and you guys actually brought your own tier list here today. What'd you guys think of, like, the meta so far? Like, what'd y'all think of the community tier list? All that kind of stuff.
So I actually haven't seen the community tier list yet.
Sure, we want to get a live reaction?
Yeah, I'm gonna scroll up to that.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for your live reaction.
I'm gonna be very honest. There are some things I would move on the community tier list, but I just did my job. I got them all together. I got all the results.
I'm gonna reply to that so that I can click on it again.
Yeah.
Hey Max, what do you think about this?
They got like two things right, in my opinion. Only two things, though.
They got two things right, also.
Actually, it's not that terrible. Like, I think you can fix this tier list if you rearrange like half the roster.
Yeah, like half of it. Yeah.
So that middle tier, like the very strong tier, because a lot of people, you rank it on a scale of 1 to 10, right? And then I take the average.
Yeah.
A lot of the characters in those tier are all within like a 0.0% of each other, right? Okay. So I feel like if like 5 people put Orcane a little bit higher, then he would move up to the top of that tier, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that
makes sense.
tier is very loosely ordered, which I think helps me like rationalize it a little bit more. But that tier is where I see like the most alarming problem, for sure.
Max, I don't know if this is your biggest problem with it, but my biggest problem with it is the Etalus placement. Okay.
Yeah.
I have 3 big problems with this, and one is Etalus.
Yeah.
The other one is kind of a hot take, and it's Clairen. Because a lot of people are saying Clairen is really good right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would say the one that like sticks out like a sore thumb is Orcane.
Yeah.
I think Orcane might be top 1 dispatch right now.
Max, do you wanna drop your tier list so that I can look at it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop it. And feel free to ask as many questions as you'd like.
There's so many tiers.
Okay.
We're gonna
Let me
throw the small
preface
screen
this.
right now, by the way, for the viewers, if you want to check this out.
Let me preface this by saying that there is not huge like disparity or distinction between tiers in this tier list.
Yeah.
This is just like, I believe these characters are roughly ordered here in like the whole roster.
Okay.
So like from Orcane to Lox, I don't think like Loxodont is like so much worse than Orcane, but I do think
Okay.
in terms of like relativity, Lox is the worst character, Orcane is the best character.
Okay. Let me drop mine, and then we can discuss.
I feel like we should say more about the community tier list.
wanna
We should
talk-
circle back later.
Yeah.
I do
We'll
wanna
definitely
circle
come back
back
to that. Want to?
Yeah,
I like this
makes
tier
sense.
list a lot. The little plushies.
Oh yeah,
they're a
it's
lot
so
of fun.
cute.
I made that, by the way. That was
Yeah, I
that was my
remember
tier list.
that. That's very sick.
Let me think about this.
So I'm curious, like, why do you only have like 2 tiers? Like, what's your thought process behind that?
I think every character in this game is viable, and I think
For sure,
every single
yeah.
character in this game can win a major. And when I see Max's tier list of like 15 different tiers, I'm like, I know he explained it, but initial reaction is, oh damn, Lox and like Etalus tier cannot win a major, is what it looks like. And
Yeah, I
I
gotcha.
know that's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the case, but
I don't actually know if Lox will ever win a major, to be honest, as he is now.
I think he can, but it would take someone like Plup or Stango or Cake Assault like picking
That's-
Lox.
That's fair. We just haven't seen
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that yet.
If they did that, I think Lox could win a major right now. But like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
I agree.
I just don't think the power gap within tiers is that much. Like even my 2 tiers are S and S minus.
Mhm.
Like, and it is ordered. And I think Maypul is the best character in the game, and I think she's been the best character in the game for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think the community tier list is really interesting because it's like they also think Maypul is really good, but I don't know if it's for the same reason.
So
I was gonna ask, like, oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
I
if
was
you have a
gonna
question
say,
on
like, what was like primarily like the method of polling? Like what skill level? Like how did you like gauge these kinds of like variables?
I do ask players like, what is your skill level like before they fill out the form, and so most people sat in that like gold to like platinum range, right? And then I did a second like round of questioning, and I only like took results from people who were above diamond, so diamond and up, right? And in that tier list, I believe that Clairen and Maypul stayed about the same, but you saw characters like Zetterburn, Ranno like fall off a little bit, because people had like more counterplay within those tiers, and I saw like Kragg rise a little bit, which I was kind of surprised by, and then Etalus also like just jumped up like a lot. So
Yeah,
I feel like definitely like you do see that like big gap where it's like if there's like mid levels, right? These players are like, I don't see Etalus doing crazy stuff, you know, like Maypul juggles me a lot, but that's kind of all she does at that mid level. And then once you get up to those like top high levels where people actually know what they're doing, right? You see like those big like changes within the tier list. So
That's a way to put it. People actually know what they're doing.
that's some crazy shade.
yeah, I mean, I'm like in that like mid tier like area. Like I kind of bounce between like high plat, like low diamond, right? And it's like I'll fight an Etalus, and I'm like, because I have like high level Etalus friends that I'll play against, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like it's like that is not like how you're supposed to approach with this character. Like it kind of throws me off a bit. I'm like, I'm applying counterplay to this, and you're just like not even doing this. Like
Yeah. I think like Etalus is just one of those characters that isn't gonna be like at all very successful in like lower ranks, to be honest. Like I think it definitely requires like a top player to like pilot Etalus, or like a high level player at the very least.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He takes a lot of work. He has a very like high skill floor. And also Max, I'm looking at our tier list right now, and they're pretty similar, honestly.
yeah, I noticed y'all's were pretty close, like in order.
Yeah.
Like the way that y'all aligned them is a little bit different, obviously. But y'all's order is not far off. What do you guys think about like Clairen and Maypul though? Just curious, because they were like the top two, and then you guys both have them pretty high as well.
Like, I don't know. I think Clairen's good. I think she's very good, and I think her ease of use makes her a great tournament character.
Yeah, for sure.
She's not that hard, but also a lot of the Clairens that exist right now aren't doing the things that make her that good. It's kind of like only Brad, which is Rungoshu. Sorry.
Yeah.
The things that he does with that character, like he will up tilt you at 60 and you're guaranteed dead. And it's like, oh, okay, like sure. But it takes a lot of precision and a lot of skill to get to that point. But even without that, she can just kill people, and it's not that much execution compared to a character like, I don't know, Absa. Like I think the reason that Absa is so bad right now is that she's the hardest character in the game, bar none.
Yeah. I mentioned that in the video as well, where it's like Absa is so new, and then it's like you get punished so hard if you mess up with her, you know? That's kind of like what makes her bad right now. Like maybe she'll be good later on whenever people get her down, but like for now there's easier characters that do more of what she wants to do, you know?
Yeah.
So I definitely agree on that.
A lot of the characters in this game are very, very easy. It's most of them. And that's a very strong attribute to have, where like, oh, okay, I can just turn my brain off, hit my bread and butter, get them to 50. But like Absa players, they have to try a little bit harder, and then like that tournament stamina matters a lot. Where like you can hit your bread and butters and you can hit your combos maybe in your round 1, maybe in your round 2, but by the time you get to grands, you're exhausted. And it's like, that sounds awful. I don't want to have to do that.
Yeah, I get you for sure. And then Max, did you have like any thoughts on like Clairen, like why she might be so good right now?
Yeah, so like pretty much what Ian said. I think a lot of the reason that people think that Clairen is as good as she is because she is probably the easiest character to pilot right now in the game, like genuinely. And because of that, she's so easy to have success with. And then you just put a little bit more effort in there, and then wow, she's the easiest character. You're getting these consistent confirms, you're getting these consistent kills off of any like stray hit, and it just becomes very easy when everything you do with the character is pretty much habitual, and then the rest that you have to do is just think about the game. But despite this, I feel like at a very top level, there's a lot of counterplay to Clairen. I think she is absolutely edge guardable. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's
one of her biggest weaknesses, genuinely.
I agree. And it's just at like lower levels, it's not obvious that she has these weaknesses, and as soon as you start seeing like top level players like play around Clairen, it also still becomes a bit confusing because you have players like Spargo and Ron Gunshoe and I guess Boyko. I'm trying to think of all the top level Clairen's Vibe. All of these people play so uniquely. It's so hard to actually like isolate and identify what exactly makes Clairen, what the counterplay for Clairen is. Especially when everyone has their own like unique playstyle with Clairen. So she's just very confusing right now, and that's probably why people think she's like the best.
Yeah. The counterplay, the counterplay is a lot harder than the play for Clairen.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
100%.
Like I was talking to, I think it was either Runkonshu or Vibe recently, and I was like, hey, what do I do about your up tilt? And he's like, oh, you can Amsa tech it at like 30. And it's like, oh, okay. If I miss the Amsa tech, I die.
That move is stupid. That move is stupid. That one in particular, it should not hit below ledge.
I think that is like one of the best moves in the game right now.
No, for sure.
I think so too.
It also feels like
it's very.
Like, oh, go ahead.
No, you got it.
I was just gonna say, like, even if you whiff the tipper, you still get like so much reward off of moves like that.
You get a regrab if you like sour spot it.
Which is like, I don't know, it feels a little cheatery, where it's like you didn't get the hitbox you're supposed to get, and you still like get more reward than I get from my normal moves, you know?
Right.
So. I don't like to say that it's cheatery because every character in this game is a cheater.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
we'll get to that. Yeah.
The problem with me for Clairen up tilt is that it's very over centralizing to her punish game. It's like, oh, they're on a platform, up tilt. Oh,
let's go back to up tilt.
Yeah, like, oh, I neutral beat them, up tilt. Like it's a lot of the time it's you're either up tilting into something or something into up tilt, and it's like, oh, okay, that's all she does in advantage a lot of the time. And I think a lot of the lower level Clairens are having problems because they see so much up tilt usage, and then they try to use it in neutral, and that's the biggest problem. Where like Brad and Vibe are using it mid combo, and they're using it to call out jump ins, and that's the only time they'll use neutral. Other Clairens and like Plat are using it on the ground or just like to call out a dash dance or something like that.
Run up tilt on good eye delta for no reason.
Yeah, and that's one of her only like punishable whiff moves online, at least. Like, I also think Clairen is buffed very heavily by online, but that's a whole different thing.
Full agree.
yeah.
But if we want, we can go ahead and move on to Maypul, unless you have any other ideas about Clairen. But I'm curious, like, what do y'all think makes Maypul like so dominant right now? Because you had her at the top, didn't you?
Yes. A character with that much speed can never be bad, ever. And then it's that combined with the fact that she does not have Marthritis, and she can never have Marthritis because of her mechanic. She gets you to 140, you get nared or F-tilted or back thrown or forward thrown or literally any move in her kit, and then you die. And that's just how she works. I played Maypul. My best win is still from when I was a Maypul player. Hi, Max. All fly, by the way. Like, I know how to pilot this character at a very high level. That's why I still do well against her, even though I think she's Olympia's worst matchup. I understand this character very well, and she will never be bad unless they make her moves like do self-damage and like explode her on purpose. A lot of her, like you were saying earlier, a lot of her combos are really simple. You hit somebody, you up throw them, you dash attack them, you do something, and then you up air like 4 times, and then you finish with a forward air. And that's all you have to do. Like, their DI doesn't really matter, you just kind of react to it. You get them to like 60-ish, and now they're off stage, and now you do your fun little game, and then they get hit wrong one time, forward air, and they die. Like, it's very like cut and dry. It's very cut and dry, very bread and butter, and very like, I'm gonna wait for you to do something, and if you don't do something, I'm gonna pressure you with like Seed or my ridiculously fast movement and make you want to do something. I think she's the best character in the game at putting pressure on people and escaping pressure because of how fast she is. And the only arguments that I see for her not being the best in the game is that, one, she doesn't have very good results because Plup just doesn't fucking play the game, I guess. And two, she has a certain level of execution, and she has like the hamster death thing that Olympia has. I think certain Maypuls like to just kill themselves for fun sometimes. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever played Elkies or watched Elkies. Love her to death. She's a great player. She's a great player, but sometimes she will literally just go kill herself, and I don't know why. And I feel like that happens to a lot of Maypul players. they won't count their wall clings, or like they'll think they'll have a double jump and they don't. And I think a lot of that is error, and a lot with the Maypul player base. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, I have noticed that where it's like I'll see them get like a double dunk and I'm like, wow, that was so cool, and they just fall into the blast and I'm like, but you could have come to the wall, like it was right there, you know?
Yeah.
Stuff like that happens a lot. Did you have anything to add on to that, Max, about Maypul?
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, the two main things you said were exactly what I was gonna say. Like, character with high speed, high movement, all this movement implicitly is going to be very difficult to balance in a plat fighter. Like, that just means she's open to so many more options than any other character on the roster. And her being, like, not starving for kills at high percents, mid-range percents, or whatever the hell, and having that tether confirm is so huge, because consistency and, like, getting consistent kills is so important in this game. And we'll talk about the meta later. And the fact that she just has that off of a projectile that at certain ranges you cannot react to it.
It's Fox Laser.
Yeah, it's Fox Laser. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I also wanted to say, like, despite this, I don't think anyone in the game right now is, like, unbeatable. I don't think Maypul's even close to that. I think every character in this game has a weakness, and that's amazing. That's amazing to say about this game being considering how, like, well balanced it is. And the last thing I wanted to say was, when we look at results for any character, it is very difficult to assess what those results mean if we're not analyzing it as, like, a trend. Because, like, we do know that Maypul has a lack of results, but I'm pretty sure that Maypuls in general are, like, very few and far in between. There's not the biggest portion of Maypul players, especially in the competitive scene right now. And I think we can only use, like, results to, like, kind of support our argument is if we see, like, you know, after this patch, less of this character, more of this character, or, like, less representation, more representation, stuff like that. And with Maypul, it's just been consistently, like, just plup, Elkies, and Bad, yeah. And Enbad barely attends, like, or does not attend consistently at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Elkies does not even play Maypul the correct way.
It's so interesting.
No, but I love her. I love the way she plays so much. It's so fun.
She's so good. She's one of those players who can play a character wrong and still make it work. And I love that, and I adore that.
She was, like, top 4 in Rivals 1, right? Am I crazy?
Yes, she was so good. And she's still very good at this game.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's the good. And then Plup doesn't play.
Yeah, no. The three biggest Maypul reps barely attend things and don't go to anything. And, like, Plup, and I haven't seen Plup or Enbad at an event in I don't know how long. The last time I saw
Genesis, right?
Yeah, I think it was Genesis.
But then before that,
and didn't he win Genesis with
Yeah.
Maypul? Yeah, it was the last time we seen him turn up. He won, and it's like the last time I saw Enbad was at a Zekly, but those don't show up on Smasher's app, so it's really hard to, like, gather all of that data.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
It really sucks that she's so uncommon because it makes her practically, like, impossible to be able to observe and then understand, like, how do we rework this character? How do we balance this character in tune with the rest of the roster? I don't know. It's crazy.
Speaking of, like, characters like that, though, where it's like they're like, or I guess this character used to be more rare than they are now. They're getting a bit more popular, but y'all both had Orcane really high.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, for sure. What are y'all thinking about him right now?
I think it's undebatable that he's, like, top 3. Like, he has to be top 3. I don't care. The community tier list putting him at 5th is, like,
I was, like, stunned by that because
Yeah.
I was really it's gonna be like Clairen, maybe like Maypul will be number 1 or Orcane, right? I was like, it's one of those 3 will be number 1, and then, like, he was at 5th, and I was like, am I, like, reading this right? Like, did I, like, track something wrong here? Like, what is going on? Because I think he's so broken right now.
I think a lot of the community tier list is how much I don't like fighting this character rather than how good this character is.
Yeah.
Which they correlate a lot, to be honest. But, like, me seeing Clairen, Maypul, Ranno, Zetter is like, oh, they just don't like fighting these characters. And honestly, I don't.
That's actually very fair.
Yeah.
I don't like it either a lot of the time, except for Ranno because I'm weird.
I think Ranno's fun.
But, like,
I actually love playing against Ranno. I'm not gonna lie.
it's your fault, Max. But
yeah, sorry.
No, it's good. But, like, I don't know. I think it might be the lack of, like, good Orcanes doing the right things in, like, plat or gold. because when I was climbing ranked this season, a lot of the time nobody's queuing in my elo, so I get like matched into like plat or diamond players, and they will just side B onto stage or up B onto stage or like all the time. And most characters in this game can't punish Orcane spacing their side B to ledge. So he just gets to recover for free against 90% of the cast. My character can do something about it. I don't know what any other character does. I think Kragg can also command grab Orcane there, but it's a but like if you don't know, if you haven't seen, I have like the Twitter clip where Olympia can drop from ledge, instant side B, and grab Orcane side B. And if you don't do that tech with Olympia, the Orcane will instant tech any move you do, and then nair you or instantly wave dash onto stage. Oh yeah, they can do the same route every single time, and it's unpunishable for most characters.
Yeah,
it's insane, and it's the same thing with the mobility for Maypul. Like Orcane has that level of mobility, and a lot of Orcanes just aren't properly using it.
Yeah, I think that them also like shaving like 2 frames off of the like lag of a wave dashing last patch was like way bigger than people thought.
It's huge. It's massive.
Huge. Yeah, like I remember people like telling me at the start of the patch, they're like, Orcane feels crazy right now, and I was like, what do you mean? Like he didn't get buffed? And then I like played him, and I was like, oh, like it's like
no, he got buffed.
Are 2 frames faster now. Like that's actually crazy in neutral. So
he already has one of the best wave dashes in the game.
Yeah.
So that buff matters a lot more to him than it does for other characters.
I feel like before the buff as well, like he was already doing like wave dash jab, wave dash up tilt before, and now it's like it's just even better, you know? Yeah. So it was like a strong option that just got better. Did you have anything else about Orcane you wanted to add, Max?
So I wanted to say, one of like the topics for this podcast was like what you guys think is strong in the meta, and like not even thinking about it, I wrote down a couple of bullet points of like what I thought were important to a character in order to make them like, you know, very meta relevant. And like looking at it now, everything I wrote down is like something Orcane is phenomenal at. So it's just crazy how that lines up perfectly. Like I wrote out like with explanations, but I'll just jot out the bullets. I wrote movement, like the management of resources and recovery, the control of the ledge, their ability to RTC, their ability to get consistent kill confirms, their level of technical execution, and like just a little off like hand mention about floor hugging and like whether they benefit from it or whether they don't.
Yeah.
But all of those things are like phenomenally to Orcane's benefit, as well as having just like the ability to have a burst option punish that kills mad early. So you have this character that is debatably the fastest in the game with platforms, I would say, has like incredible recovery for no reason, even without puddle. His up B, you can wall jump out of it and then do another up B, and then it's just like you cover the entire length of the stage. And I thought his recovery was supposed to be bad, and then if you get hit, you wall tech. It's phenomenal. RTC, you can RTC on plat, you can RTC on the side of the stage and get guaranteed punishes out of it, and then explode your opponent. You can get consistent kill confirms off of like any confirm that that Orcane has off of the ground. His level of technical execution, I will say, is not that high in my opinion. You can have a lot of success with him without knowing everything that he has to do. And he decimates people for floor hugging. He shreds them. He makes them take so much damage. It is absolutely to his benefit. And he can just floor hug grab. He can floor hug down tilt. It's phenomenal. He literally fulfilled every single thing I wrote down in this criteria for like what makes a character meta relevant.
Yeah, he's definitely super strong right now.
Yeah, I think this is a little more like meta and less the tier list talk, but I think the most important thing right now is consistency. Like, because in this game, every character has like a good punish game, whatever, and like it's not like Smash Ultimate where like, or not, I shouldn't say Ultimate, I should say like 4 or like other platform fighters where it's like, oh, can they move well? Like, are their moves safe? Neutral? Like every character in this game has like a decent neutral, and they have good buttons and good tools. So the most important thing is consistency. Does my character explode off of one hit? Can my character explode other characters off one hit? Is it hard to do that? Like, how many chances do I get to recover when I'm like those things I think are the most important. And it's like Orcane gets infinite chances. He lives 100, and I think a toddler could up tilt back air. I can up tilt back air on like an Xbox controller, and I don't play on Xbox. Like, it's not that hard. to do the things you need to do with this character, and you get so many chances to do it. Most Orcanes are living to like 160 per stock, because they don't get edge guarded. And how do you edge guard Orcane if you don't have a command grab?
It makes no sense.
Yeah,
it's
plus he's heavy. Like
yes. Yeah. Why does he live to 160? Why can I down tilt up B Orcane at like 10 and he doesn't die on a platform? Like it's whatever.
What's weird about his weight too is he's not like a big body heavy to where it's like he gets comboed forever. Like he's not like necessarily.
He has the perfect weight, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He can DI out of my up throw, and like he's the only one that can escape out of it, and I don't get confirms out of any throw against Orcane as Ranno. And as Ranno, like on every other character, you basically get confirms at like at least 20% onwards. For Orcane, DI out, SEI out, you're fine.
Yeah. The only thing that's like bad about Orcane is that he's long. And certain characters hit certain things for longer on him, and like it makes his neutral a little weird because sometimes you'll hit his tail or like you'll hit his big ass bulbous head. Like there's certain things like that, but I know Max said earlier that every character has a weakness in this game. I don't know what Orcane's weakness. I genuinely don't.
Yeah, I guess
disjoints, quote unquote.
He's supposed to be like stubby, and his recovery is supposed to be bad, but his recovery is not bad. And like, that's just so good that it's like it doesn't matter that he's stubby. He's like crossing half the stage in like 2 frames and hitting you, you know. So
his down tilt breaks floor hug at 22%. I'm pretty sure.
Thank you. You had to say it. I didn't know the percent threshold. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, it is absurd that it breaks that early. I don't think it should break till 40 or 50, if that. It's an absurd move.
That move's crazy.
Yeah.
But we can go ahead and move on now. I think you guys both had Zetterburn pretty high, and the community tier list set him pretty high as well. What do you guys think about right now? Because he just got those big changes. So
I have Zetter a bit higher than Max. But the reason I have him so high is one, because I talk about the meta a decent bit with certain people. Like I was talking to Switch earlier, and Switch is like, yeah, I still think Zetter's top 3. And I was like, my man, because I think this character does the same things that he did before the nerfs. It's just slightly harder now. You just have to think a little bit more. Max, you're gonna get to this later.
I'll get to it later.
At least, okay. I might be a little biased because my character, he is still doing the same things he did from like 4 or 5 patches ago, where he'll like down air up smash you. I don't know if you guys remember that, like pre-patch Zetter. He still does that. He still does that shit to Olympia. Like he will up tilt me at 80 and then full charge F smash me when I DI'd it, and I'll die.
That's the goat.
Like the reason I think Zetter is so good is because he has this skill floor, where you have to learn how to shine and you have to do all this shit, which genuinely is not that hard. You just press shine and then the jump button. Max, come on, man.
No, I agree. It's not hard.
It's like it's genuinely not hard, but as soon as you get past that skill floor, you get to turn off your brain for like a genuine, like decent amount of time, where it's like, oh, I'll hit somebody's shield, and until they show me that they will either floor hug my next attack, or parry, or roll, or do something, I can just move, shine for like 500 elo, and it'll work for a long time. And even when you're playing against really good people, like I lost to Sapphire recently, game 5. Yeah, don't make that face, bro.
I'm fucking with you.
Because he shine pressured my shield, and I held it for a little bit too long, and it exploded, and then I got true purpled off an up smash at 50%. And he has all of the things that make a really good character. It's just that his recovery is slightly worse now. And I don't know how much worse it is. It feels like I see Zetters not get to ledge more than I used to. And down B is actually a punishable option when they try to go to ledge, which is really nice. Like you can actually hit the flip now, and the tail is part of the hurt box. Like that's really good. But he's still extremely heavy. He's still too heavy. He's like, it's like when you're playing against Orcane, it's like, why is he living this? The same thing with Zetter. Like, why is he living? You're supposed to be a spacey. You're supposed to be like I'm gonna edge guard you, explode, and like that kind of archetype. And he's just not. He is not a glass cannon, despite what people might want to say about him. He is just a... and a lot of his moves are very safe. Like, his forward air, you can short hop forward air, and it will sweet spot somebody's shield on the ground, and it will also cover the platform above you, at least on, like, Air Armada and Hodo. Both the platform and your shield, because it'll sweet spot your shield, and it'll sour spot you on the platform if you try to jump, or if you're just running on the plat. And I think the thing about Zetter that's so good is that he has a lot of options that will cover multiple things without you really having to try or think about it that hard. Because like, especially like Shine Grab, like Shine in general is a very crutch move in my opinion.
Yeah,
like,
over centralizing, Clairen up tilt.
It's over centralizing. It's most of his kit. It's his disadvantage. It's advantage. It's his neutral. It's a very strong move where like you'll put Zetter in a tech chase situation, and he is the only character that has an option that fast to like get you off out of that tech chase situation. And then also, if you DI'd it wrong, you're also going to die off of that Shine too.
Yeah.
And no other character you can put in a tech situation, their wake up move will kill you instantly at like 90. And I think that's like a very strong thing about him, where he will just consistently kill people sub 100%, and it's not that hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
When you start looking at Shine as more of like a what the move leads into rather than Shine itself, and just imagine that move coming out at frame 3, like it becomes really ridiculous. It's 2. It's frame 2?
Yeah.
I hate my life. Anyways, when you think about like Shine up smash is actually just 2-frame up smash, like shit becomes ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like Zetter, okay, let me correct myself real quick. This tier list is not right. Zetter would be right above Kragg, where I would have him in my own tier list. I had to rearrange last minute because it was from last patch.
Yeah.
But oh my god, there's a fly. But yeah, Zetter is just fucking ridiculous. I played him like he's the last character I queued as on casual, and I was just having like the easiest win streak ever because this character does not struggle whatsoever. Like, did they nerf fair? Am I crazy, or did they just leave it untouched?
I can't remember.
I think
I'm pretty sure it was untouched.
A little bit, but like I don't feel the change whenever I play Zetter. It feels like you have to like space the sweet spot. But this
it's
sweet
the
spot is still, like,
hitbox
the size
reward.
of like a planet, you know, it's huge.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think the biggest thing about Zetter is that his game plan, especially his combo routes, don't really change that much throughout the entire cast.
I think they've actually improved. I think like the new back air and the new up air are like really good still. They're just
up air
like alternative.
The up air is still insane. And like I'll see like Zetterburns play against Ant, and he'll get shined at 70 and then get purpled. And it's like not having to change your game plan or your combo routes or how you play neutral or how you pressure shield against most of the cast is such a strong attribute to have. Like,
yeah,
I feel like Olympia and Zetter are supposed to be in the same archetype, where they are the glass cannons. I'm gonna rush at you and I'm gonna mash on you, and I'm like low-key not thinking about it all the time. Like, I think they're supposed to be the same character, but Olympia has to change her combo routes for every character in the cast.
Yeah. Zetter is the fake Spacey, and then Olympia's like the actual Spacey of the game right now.
That's how it feels. And it's like Olympia doesn't have that like execution barrier that Zetter really has, because she doesn't have Shine and she doesn't have like the super fast jump cancelable move. Her recovery.
I disagree a little.
Really?
I'll touch on it later though.
Okay, I think her execution isn't that bad, but that's also I play her, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
I just think like the hard part about her is actually having to change what I'm doing against my opponents.
Yeah.
Is the real thing. Like with Zetter, you're gonna hit a weak fair into an up smash on any character. You're gonna hit Shine up smash on any character in the cat.
You're right.
The only thing. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move slightly closer. You're gonna hit weak fair into up smash on any character in the cast, and you're gonna hit Shine into up smash on any character in the cast. Matter. And you could say the same thing about Olympia down tilt, but Olympia down tilt doesn't cover your entire body and is jump cancelable and like safe on shield. You can shield grab that if you guys didn't know. Like I think it's a different circumstance. And that's why I think he's so strong, because he just does the same thing over and over again, and it works, and it's really strong. It's really hard to do something about.
So I wanted to say, like, I disagree about like the technical execution part. I earnestly think Olympia is like harder to pilot than Zetterburn. I think the only like technical aspect of Zetterburn right now is getting Shine into anything, or like spacing Shine correctly, or like getting the right hitbox of Shine, and making sure like you're able to juggle your opponent with the right hitbox or the right angle of it or whatever. With Olympia, I think her recovery is not as simple as people say it is. Like I feel like it's not the easiest, and it's very exploitable, and it's like a lot of like okay, I put out gem, my opponent's gonna do this, or they might not do this. How do I react to that? How do I do this? And then also like her main combo route is up throw, up air, or just get up air and neutral somehow. And genuinely, up air is not that easy to hit against an opponent that SDIs or DIs correctly.
Yeah.
You have to do a lot of like precise like reactions with like turning around your up air or like running up the right distance or like short hopping or jumping the right height. And those things are genuinely not easy. Like, of course, you can practice and get them consistently. And at that point, it doesn't matter. But it is way easier to practice shine into grab or shine into up strong or shine into anything you want by comparison. So I wouldn't even say Olympia is necessarily a technical character, but I think it is somewhat like, I think it's pretty evident through results, which is kind of a tricky thing to say, but as I literally had mentioned earlier, but everyone is under the same consensus that Olympia is probably better than Zetter this patch right now. And since Olympia's release, we have not had like really any notable top level Olympia representation. Like nobody that has gotten like, I mean, considerate wins at this point that are like players that are going to be ranked top 10. And correct me if I'm wrong on this, by the way, but I think the top Olympias right now are like Ion, I guess, Switch, Asashi, who hasn't been playing much, and I feel like I'm forgetting another person.
Sandstorm?
Yeah,
Sandstorm.
and then some guy like Jorts or some shit like that, maybe.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Also, Corn Cycle. I think Corn Cycle.
Corn Cycle. Oh yeah, Corn Cycle.
Corn Cycle.
And
Genuinely Corn Cycle.
I hate to say it because I know these players are very good, very talented.
Yeah.
It's just we don't have the results yet, in my opinion.
We can just take this moment to talk about Olympia, honestly,
Yeah,
at this
sure.
point.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Next, anyways. So
Yeah, I think we talked about this earlier. Consistency is so important.
Yeah.
She's just not. She's the
Right.
least consistent character in the cast by far. Most of the people who play Olympia at a top level have a secondary. Ion has a Kragg secondary. Switch has a Zetter. Asashi has another character I can't remember.
Asashi has everyone.
Yeah, Asashi has
like
everyone.
Ranno, Clairen, Olympia.
There's like 3 Olympias or maybe 4 right now that are solo mains, and I don't know if Sandstorm is still a solo main, but it's like me, Sandstorm, and Corn Cycle are like the only solo Olympia, and Terry, 4.
Oh yeah, Terry.
And Terry. And we talk a lot. Like I'm in Corn Cycle actually just DM'd me today to talk about the Zetterburn. We can do a Sandstorm. Me and him were talking about side B tech that I posted on Twitter. Like we are talking and we are labbing and like we are trying to figure out this character. She just isn't consistent. And honestly, I'm starting to get a little jaded with it because this character, a lot of people talk about how explosive her punish game is and that it's insane and she has one of the best punish games in the entire game. But Max is right. It is kind of hard. But like up throw up air at 0 to 15 just isn't true. And you can air dodge out or you can go to a platform and you can floor hug the platform and you can shield and then you can force the Olympia to play that. Where a lot of characters above her just have true combos at 0. And you don't have to worry about it after you get your grab, you just do the thing. And a lot of the time when you hold out and you actually DI properly on Olympia stuff, it's just not real. Like up air, forward air, up B, like those kind of things at higher percents when you're DIing her shit properly just doesn't work. And Olympia's big strength is being able to mix your DI and like get you to DI things wrong and like all of that to lead into those confirms. But a lot of characters above her, at least on my tier list, don't have to do that in the first place.
Yeah.
Especially against her. I'm getting a little jaded with Olympia. I'm getting a little tired of playing the character just a little bit because I will hold full out on things and I will like DI things properly. And it won't matter against a lot of the cast. Like against Kragg, I can hold full out on his up air and he will get 4 of them and then link it into a forward air and I will die and I will have no say about it. And that's why I still think she's a great character. I mean, I put her as like 6th and I still put her in that top tier because I do think she has a lot of potential and it's very strong and I think she can explode people at 0. But she is the second lightest character in the game, which I think matters a lot. And her combos are great, yes, but every character in this game combos her or can combo her just as hard or harder than she combos other characters.
Yeah, I think that fast fall speed does not do her any favors for sure.
It does her a lot of favors in neutral, and I think her neutral is extremely strong. I think Gem is like one of the best moves in the entire game. I think being able to jump over someone and then have the fastest fall speed in the game to threaten, am I gonna land with an aerial? Am I gonna grab? Am I gonna land a move? Like having that kind of threat is extremely strong. Like she's not a weak character by any means. It's just that she is so fragile, and I don't think a lot of people realize it because her recovery is really strong. Yes, and she has like infinite mix-ups that she can do. But if you call one of them out one time and she doesn't have a she just dies. If she doesn't have a double jump, she just dies. She can only do one route. You just have to like drop down Ranno back air and then cover every single thing ever. Yeah, and it's like a lot of characters can do that to her. Every character can do that to her, I think. And it's what makes matchups like Fleet not that great for her. Because like we body her in neutral and we can explode her off of one hit. But if Fleet also hits one hit, I just get fared and then I die because it goes through my armor and it'll break anything it wants. So a lot of Olympia recovery is guessing and forcing your to guess which direction you're going to go, and if you guess wrong, you just die. Whereas other characters like Orcane can just go to ledge, or Zetter can rinse and repeat with his down air and just try again, his down B and just try again.
Yeah.
Or like Maypul can just tether, tether to Terry. Double jump with their helicopter and then go high. And it's like a lot of the time Olympia doesn't even have the option to go high because of her fast fall speed. Like, I think these things are all very important to consider. I am interested as why you think she's so good though, Max.
So, okay, I put her top 3, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone is like top 3 good with her right now. I'm not gonna lie. No, and I also don't think anyone is very good at playing against her at all right now. I have a
few people in mind, but
yeah, then we'll get to that later because I'm excited to hear about that, to be honest. But like, I'll watch anyone in tournament like play against Olympia, and like, I guarantee you pick anyone in this roster, they have like a guaranteed ridiculous string against Olympia or ridiculous punish that no one is like deciding to lab out or punish or at all, like do anything at all. Yes. The other thing I will say is like, to your credit, is Olympia is like, I will say like single-handedly the easiest character to kill yourself with. Like you go off stage and you don't know what you're doing for like literally a second. If you don't know what you're doing off stage for a second, you are dead. You are dead off stage. And like, that makes her incredibly difficult to evaluate compared to the rest of the roster, because you have every Olympia player that is like playing Olympia is pretty new because she just came out like a month or two ago. And it's hard to evaluate what Olympia would look like with like consistent punishes or consistent neutral and all of that of the sort. And I like, it's really hard to put on her tier list, but I think in terms of like theoretical, I think Olympia is fantastic. I think her advantage is fantastic. I think the ability to get pretty consistent like kill confirms is fantastic. Her ability to just like grab ledge immediately from like pretty far from the ledge is fantastic because of her fall speed. Her ability to pressure so much space because of her fall speed and her movement speed. These like factors are undeniably amazing. The only aspect that she particularly struggles in, I will say, is just her disadvantage is shit. But it's pretty hard to get her in a disadvantage when she has so many like potent tools to her favor.
I think she's potential, man. Like
she is huge potential, man. 100%.
That's how I see her.
Yeah.
Like I value consistency so much in a character, and like that lack of consistency as of currently is like, I can't justify putting her any higher when characters like Kragg, Clairen, Zetter, Orcane, Maypul, they've been doing the same shit since day one, and it's still working because you don't really get it. You don't really get a say in it. And like I know you talked about her like consistent kill confirms, but like once you get to a certain percent, they just don't exist anymore. Like down tilt forward air isn't real after like 120-ish, 130, and it's like, why are you letting them get to that percent in the first place? But like, it'll happen. And then characters above her don't worry about that really. Like, if you get somebody to 130, whatever as Clairen, okay, up tilt just kills outright at that point. Like, like you don't have to do an up tilt combo; it just kills.
Yeah, I guess at higher percent, she's not able to find that. That does make sense.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I've been running into, especially like I played against Sapphire, as I mentioned, and I would like down tilt him at 130, and he would buy it properly, don't get a follow up. But like any of his moves, if he hit on me at any time, even if I was at 130, that's just death.
Yep.
And it's like I think that's a really big weakness that she has, where like you were saying with the custom combo things, like every single character has to do a specific route against Olympia. They have to know their Olympia route to really punish her optimally, because her fall speed is just so different. But once you learn that, you can punish her so hard. Like Orcanes can do a nair, and if I hold in on the nair, they can like almost full charge F smash me. And if I don't hold in on the nair, I die off the side. And it's things like that. With like down tilt, I can full hold out on down, still get F smashed by Orcane. But if I hold in on the down tilt, I get up smashed instead.
Yeah.
Illusion of choice.
Yeah. And a lot of characters can do that to Olympia and just put her in checkmate situations where she cannot do anything about it, and they don't know. And they'll like expect her to they'll expect her to be out of hit stun at that point, and she just won't be. And I think a lot of people don't realize that when people start optimizing punish game against Olympia, things are going to be so much harder. I think. But yeah.
We can go ahead and move on to Kragg though, because you guys both had him ranked up pretty high, and the community tier list actually had him really low. Which was my other big my personal disagreement with the tier list, because I think Kragg's really, really good right now. But what do you guys think about him?
Max, do you want to go first this time?
Dude, I'm trying to think of I'm not gonna lie. Kragg is like the character I put the least amount of thought in my tier list. I was just like, I'm pretty sure this guy is up there.
But you've been hanging out with Stango too much, like.
No, I haven't been listening to what Stango says about Kragg. I just think Kragg has so much ridiculous shit, and then just he just has rock in the center of it. I feel like you can look at Kragg like a fucking a planet, and then rock is the planet, which is his whole neutral. And then you have all this other shit that's orbiting around this planet. He has fucking back here into down special, into down air, and you're dead. And you're gone.
Yeah.
And he has down throw shenanigans for no reason. He has fucking cargo RTC into down strong. He has down throw into down strong. He has all this shit that shreds you at low percent, and he does not have to play the auto floor hug game basically. Yeah. Unless he down specials in neutral for no reason, which no Kragg should be doing, by the way.
Oh yeah. If you're watching this and you play Kragg, cut that out. You should be parry every time. Don't do that anymore. That's your
I play so many Kraggs on ranked who will just down special, and it's a free opening. I can just parry this.
That's my parry.
Yeah. I think Kragg players don't realize how good they have it a lot of the time, honestly. I'll see shout out to Malk.
That guy's smart though. Yeah, that guy's smart as fuck and is aware.
Chill, cool guy, but he thinks Kragg is terrible, and he hates the game and thinks Kragg is awful, and then he'll go and win a bracket full of biscuits tournament and beat me or whatever. But Kragg does not have to play the floor hug game, like Max said, because up tilt knocks down at 0. It knocks down at 0. And you have to Amsa tech it. And if you don't Amsa tech it, you lose. And if you Amsa tech it, you're maybe 2 frames positive, I think. I think you can
Amsa tech it, you're +2, I'm pretty sure, and then it's RTC. So it's are you really winning?
I think
Kragg might just regrab.
I think if you Amsa tech in place, you might be able to grab Kragg, maybe. But that
Zetterburns might be happy about that.
That is such a big ask for such an easy move to hit as Kragg, because his dash attack cancels into it and his jab cancels into it. So it's the same thing with Clairen, where the amount of effort Kragg is putting in is this, and the amount of that you have to play is. And Kragg is one of the most consistent characters in the game. Everybody jokes about it. He has 7 jumps. You put him off stage, and he's probably going to make it back. And I don't think that's a lack of ability to edge guard Kragg, because you see it from top players and against top players, where Kragg just gets back. So he will get to make a million mistakes because he is super heavy and has a great recovery. And if you make 2 mistakes against him, you lose. And I think it's the consistency thing again. He is extremely consistent, and he isn't hard. And I think that makes him extremely powerful. And
what are his bad stages? Let's be real.
Does he have bad stages? I don't think he does.
I like to go to stages with like smaller ceilings because I get like down tilt like up strong, right? But then it's like Kragg like clears me on there, right? He likes that. And then if I take him to a stage with like a small side blast zone instead, he also kills me off the side with forward air.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely feel like where do I take this character, you know?
It's like a lot of it is matchup dependent, but like ideally you want a character that can perform well against them at a close range. That way he doesnn't play the rock neutral. But
he's still scary up close.
But he's terrifying.
Yeah, like I also think this might go into like the game mechanics thing from later, but I think shield grab not being bufferable is still a problem, and I think it makes characters like Olympia and Zetter all a lot stronger. I think if shield grab was bufferable, Olympia would drop like 2 tiers. Like I think she would be so much worse. If you didn't know this, you can grab in between her jab 1 and her jab 2. No matter what I choose to do.
That's actually amazing.
Yeah, so every time I touch your shield, if shield grab was bufferable, you could just grab me every single time. That's like most of her game plan just gone. And I think it's the same way with Kragg, where like he will forward air your shield, and because of how much shield stun it has, I was talking to certain players about this. Like Julie, Cheesy Potato, she just mashes shield grab. She doesn't even try to time it at this point. And I think a lot of like higher to top level players are just pressing their button as fast as they can when they think they should, and that's how they're getting shield grab. And it was the same problem with floor hug before, where like Stango and like other players were like, oh, I love it when my game mechanic feels random, because a lot of the time they're just mashing down on their stick hoping to get their floor hug before it was changed to auto floor hug.
It's like also like this game has so much like so many features that are anti-mashing. Like like rapid jabs, you hold A. Like pummels, or grabs, you just press A or you press B. Yeah. Like I don't understand why a feature like buffering shield grab like isn't in the game when like what's just the like the consequence of that not being in the game is just going to be like players holding shield and mashing A and then trying to get the frame perfect input, but like not actually timing it or putting any like level of awareness to it. I don't know.
It goes back to the same thing with Kragg, where it's like he is putting in less effort than you have to as your counterplay.
Yeah.
And like fixing shield grab and making it bufferable would remedy that problem a little bit. It's like I think that's why I think he's so good, is because the game mechanics are working with him to make him better, and he also has tools for any situation. And like we said with the stages before, like Max was saying, like where do you take him? I think it's more player dependent than anything. Like if I'm playing against someone like Julie, who she likes rock a lot, I'm taking to her smaller stage. Because she's not ZB and she's not Zeus and she's not going to command grab me and zero and kill me. Like
I'm actually gonna write this down. Like
if I'm playing against Malk or ZB or Zeus or like Stango, I'm not taking them to a small stage because they are going to command grab me at 0.
Wait, your mic cut out, but it was perfect.
Because that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna command grab. But like certain Kraggs won't do that. They'll just play rock, like Julie will. And I think that's the biggest thing. But like, if you're looking at the character as a whole, he can do all of it. Like you could have the good rock play and like the like really slow neutral that ZB and Julie have, and also have the explosive punish game and the oppressive like scrapping that ZB and like, Zeus and Stango have. Like you can have all of it. The character
almost
is capable.
Optional. It's almost optional.
Yeah. the fact that like certain Kraggs can like not use certain aspects of why he's so good and still perform so well, I think is extremely telling. But you know, I agree with Max that he's really high. I just can't put him over Clairen or Zetter.
No, yeah, I get you for sure.
Yeah.
But we're definitely moving along here. Do we want to talk about Ranno next? He was kind of like where you guys had him next, I believe. On both of y'all's
I'll do it. I'll be the one to open this one up.
You got it.
Ranno's still fucking amazing. Like, phenomenal. Like, incredible. Like, honestly, I don't even know if I really, like, confidently think he's outside of top 5. I think I'm just evaluating other characters with, like, a more, like, harsh lens, I guess, and I'm just, like, assuming, like, Ranno is just taking the fucking bench right now. But he still does the same shit. It's just he doesn't get guaranteed free, riskless, neutral wins anymore. But before, like, needles were the over centralizing aspect of his kit that would just like allow him to get free neutral wins off of like needle boost fastball and then mix you up with grab or don't grab or jab on shield and or fair sweet spot fair on shield and you're negative. And if a needle hits after that happens, then you are literally like negative. Like, I don't know. Like, he had so much stuff that was just complete bullshit because you could fastball from needles. And now that that's out of the game, we have like nobody playing Ranno right now. The Ranno representation is pretty. I mean, we got me, but like the representation is so small, and I haven't been going to anything. Other Rannos haven't been going to anything apart from Godly, who like brought Spargo to Game 5 at Gamal, which is pretty phenomenal. But like, character still does the same shit. They just do it like with less freedom, I guess. Like he actually fits the archetype he's supposed to be. Like, he's supposed to be the guy that like swings the second punch, basically. Like, bait approach, bait punish, and then have not the best approach options right now, I guess.
Yeah.
Quote unquote. Like, I don't know. He kind of does have like really good stuff, but
yeah.
The other things are just like Ranno right now struggles very little, but where he does struggle is playing the auto floor hug game right now, and being kind of very forced to play very passive and very like non-interactive, because he cannot comfortably interact unless you are outside of zero, in my opinion, unless you are like maybe Zetter, where he can get some pretty nasty stuff with up throw on a platform. And that just kind of like washes down like what Ant was doing to Marlin at what was it? Was that also no? That was CEO, I think.
Yeah.
Like without these nerfs, I don't think Ant like would have performed as well as he did against Marlin. To be like cut and dry. However, Ranno's game plan is still just so like incredibly effective. It is just it relies heavily on a lot of technical execution, in my opinion, and a lot of having to play lame. And we don't have a lot of players that are willing to do both of those things as Ranno right now. And because of that, he's just kind of falling out of the meta until like, you know, he gets like more players, I guess. I would say theoretically he is like probably like still in contention for being the best character in the game.
Really?
But I think if we are doing a tier list that is going to be reflective of like what this patch's like actual meta will be, with like who is going to be playing, who are going to be seeing it like play at majors, Ranno is not going to be as popular. He's not going to be as relevant, and we're not going to be seeing anyone pilot Ranno to the degree that we are going to see like the characters above him get piloted at.
I can see that.
I still think he's really good, to be honest. Like, the thing about Ranno is that he has always had an actual weakness, and it's the fact that his airspeed is dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, for the longest time, a lot of the characters in this game did not have a very identifiable weakness. So even when they made that survey, like the devs made that survey way back when, they were like, hey, who's your favorite character to fight right now? I answered Ranno, and I think I was one of the only people to answer Ranno.
I answered Clairen, and I was one of the only people to answer Clairen.
Yeah. I've seen you like tweeted that, and everyone was like, "Why the fuck did you answer?"
Yeah.
I would edit it right now.
But it's like Ranno has always had trouble landing, and it's gotten worse because of the needle boost, the needle fastball nerf.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good direction to take the character. It nerfed his like free effortless approaches, and it also made his current weakness worse. I think more characters in this game need identifiable weaknesses, and I think Ranno is like pretty well designed because of that, because all of his buttons are still great. His back air is still really good, his forward air is still god, his up tilt is still a great combo move. Like, he still has all of the things that make him good. But now his like recovery is a bit more exploitable, and he only gets one bubble per air time, and his landing is worse now. And I think that's super important to make the weakness that he already had even more exploitable. Because like, I know Max said earlier that a lot of the characters in this game have like identifiable weaknesses, but at least for the top tiers, I don't see it that often. Like for my tier list, Olympia is like the only character besides Clairen in that list that I think has like a very identifiable and consistently exploitable weakness. Because Clairen and Olympia's recoveries are both like kind of bad. Olympia's recovery is good. It's just that she's fragile and it's the whole thing. But like, it's the thing with like Maypul, Orcane, Kragg, where it's like, what are really their weaknesses? And it's like, I guess Kragg's is that he's big, but like,
yeah, it
where
feels
I think
like
Ranno,
it's like as hard as you hit him, you know?
yeah. And I think Ranno's real weakness is that he can't land, and I think that's why he isn't like top 5 for me anymore, because he like has a clear, identifiable, exploitable weakness, and also he's kind of light, which I think matters a lot in this meta. Like I down tilt Ranno at like 110, and then he gets up smash and gets purpled, and I think that's super important. But
it's hard for me to evaluate that, because that is the thing that has remained consistent since like I have played Ranno. Like Ranno has always been super punishable and super exploitable. The only difference now is that his recovery is just like a little bit worse. I mean, actually, I would say it's pretty significantly worse.
It's a fair bit worse.
Yeah, like the wall jump height one especially is super significant, I'll say.
Yeah.
But like despite this, I don't know why like. Oh my god, I'm just hating. I'm really just hating. I just like I want to say like everyone at this game is bad right now. Like no one's doing as much work as they can be doing to
the game's only been out for like what, 8 months?
Ranno's been out for like over a year, dude. I don't know.
Okay, but not
People
all of us
suck against Ranno.
Not all of us had the beta, bro. Like
I didn't play the beta. Let me just say I didn't. I mean, well, the Kickstarter beta I played, but I didn't play the fucking restricted or the Genesis builds or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm an honest person. I swear.
Too.
But I don't know, like. No, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, if we want, we can move on to Wrastor, unless you have more about Ranno.
Let's just go to Wrastor, honestly.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
What is Wrastor?
Yeah.
He's good.
Like, I have no clue what he is right now. Like, no one's playing him, and he got like so many changes that are really good. But I've only played Torna, so I don't know if like I don't know how good Wrastor really is.
I was playing with
really
Pixie.
hard.
I think Pixie is showing me like what the character is capable of.
Yeah.
Have you played Pixie at all recently?
I played them very little in like recent patch.
Okay.
But I feel like Ranno does very well on Wrastor right now, so it's really hard to evaluate like how much of this is Ranno, how much of this is like Wrastor's changes not being sufficient. I don't know.
I think Wrastor getting changed every single patch really stunts the character's growth.
It does a lot.
It's really hard to figure out like the potential of this character when he's getting like completely reworked every few patches. But I think he's strong right now. I think he's good from what little information we have. Pixie was telling me that he thinks he's good as well. It's just that he has like a little bit of an unfortunate run into like the top tiers right now. Like Clairen and Zetter and maybe Orcane.
Orcane's not great for Ranno for sure.
Yeah. And that's what he was saying. And that makes sense. But overall, I think he's in like a fine spot. It's just that nobody really plays him and he gets changed every patch.
I'm really
he's better now than he used to be, I think. Not better, not better strong wise, but like better as in like designed better, I think.
I think he is stronger than this patch compared to the last patch, but definitely not compared to like Wrastor on release. Wrastor on release was phenomenal.
Best character in the game, bar none. I don't care.
That was crazy. But, I did talk to Dakpo and Torque actually recently. They were on the podcast last week. And they were saying that like he feels like a lot smoother to play. Like you hit more like confirms out of things, right? Because like your forward strong is like easier to land, things like that, right? But like his neutral becomes a lot harder because you do have to interact a lot more now. So it's kind of like a give and take. Like I think they think that he's currently like not in the best place ever right now, but that also could very well be because like the top 4, top 5 characters are his bad matchups, even whenever they weren't great, and right now they are great. So I feel like that's definitely holding him back a little bit. But we can go ahead. We can talk about Etalus if you guys want now. Because you guys both ranked Etalus like a good bit higher than where the community list put him, and I think Etalus is like pretty good. I think
Etalus is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think he's great. That bear has hands, like actually. And I don't know if you guys have seen what Adam just did at the HBox qualifier. Like
and Animal.
God. And Animal too. I just shout out Adam because he's my boy. But like,
Adam's the GOAT. I fucking love Adam. Not to say Animal isn't. I just don't know Animal like that yet.
Yeah, I just know Adam since I was like 14. But Etalus, he does awful, terrible things to people, and his forward air is unpunishable. Like actually, it feels like pre-patch Forsburn back, but better. Which I can't believe that's a word you can say, but
he honestly might need nerfs. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe I don't want to say that.
Tiny bit.
If anything on him would get nerfed, I would say he needs to have his forward air nerfed. That's
I
the
agree.
thing.
That's the only move.
But I don't want to say that Etalus needs nerfs because I think Olympia loses that matchup, and I think it's very biased for me to be like, my character loses the matchup, he needs nerfs. Yeah. It's like, no, maybe I just gotta like, and maybe he's not that bad because I don't know how he does against Olympia.
You cut out a little bit, but I'm assuming you said other characters
that aren't Olympia. Yes, Max, how do you?
Dude, I'm a huge Ranno Optimus. God, I fucking hate this matchup so much.
Really?
Like, I don't really know if this is the correct answer yet because I'm not patient enough to try it. But I think I have to like be super fucking campy and play super lame. I know edge guarding him isn't even easy as Ranno, which is crazy. Yeah, you have to wait forever for this guy to come back to ledge, and then you don't really have the range to contest it. Your needles don't do anything on his way up. And if he's not in a good spot, like when he starts his up special, he decides where he can start his up special. If I can't hit him with needles during his up special, I can't really do much to pressure him to like do anything. So it's just the projectile immunity is crazy. The fact that he can reversal me and I'm dead if he up airs me, because Ranno is actually just like, and like Ranno is the perfect weight for Etalus. I feel like Ranno gets fucked on by Etalus in neutral. As long as Ranno can't auto floor hug, which is like, I don't know, when can you stop auto floor hugging Etalus down tilt? Is that even like a real thing?
You stop at like 50, 60. At least my character stops at like 60. My character stops at like 60, but I'm a fast faller, so I don't know.
Maybe I'm stupid. But I feel like I get grabbed all the time by this guy. I feel like I get... Yeah, my character is a floaty.
Yeah, it'll work less for you.
And
I don't know.
This character is so hard to scrap with, is really just it. Like, I get 50 up airs on him, but then he down tilts, forward airs, up airs, and I'm dead in like a 3-piece combo. And it's just really... I need more practice against it, so I can not say that it's infuriating, because once I like...
No, it's infuriating.
Once I'm able to outline perfectly like how I'm getting put in these situations, I can like be like, okay, this is actually a fun matchup. Like that's how it was for me with Clairen. I had to keep like banging my head against a brick wall with like music until music pretty much showed me the light against Clairen. And no, go on.
I talked to Adam about Etalus a lot, and he is like, Etalus is the gimmick evil monster, where he will 2-piece you and you will die, and that is how the character is played. And if you're not going for those like low percent, I'm going to kill you now options, you're not playing the character correctly, is what he said. And also, his dash attack is like one of the best moves in the game, and I know you can it, but stop being able to floor hug it. You have to Amsa tech it, and if you do Amsa tech it, guess what? The Etalus can
RTC.
react. He can RTC you, and it's real. It's real. I swear to God. It's
super real. I know, because dude, that's how my game felt like against. Okay, never take an Etalus to Hodojo first of all.
Never.
But I played against Animal, and like I heard the tech sound probably like 5 times in a row, and I was like, I'm still getting hit. Why is this happening? And it's just like Etalus players are getting so good right now because they're like it's the day one Etalus players that have committed for so long, that have seen the gold in Etalus, even when he was like not that good, like pre-buffs. Those people are optimizing the fuck out of Etalus because, to be honest, his like 3-piece combos, obviously, like I'm saying it in the name, 3-piece combos does not require the most execution. It is just having the recognition for it, which is something you develop over time. And that's like why it's really hard to evaluate characters like Olympia and Absa right now, I will say, because these kinds of things don't come out month 1 of the release or month 2 of the release. Like this is like what, month 3 of Etalus, or am I stupid?
Yeah, it's like month 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 months. But he definitely hit so bad when he first came out. I don't even know if you can like count that right. Like it's like
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the game, but was he in the game? You know, like
I get
Honestly,
what you mean.
I don't even think he was that bad on release. Like
I think he's going for the same stuff now that he could go on release.
yes,
Okay.
like if we transported Adam back in time, he would be doing a lot of the same shit that he was doing like 2 days ago on the HBox qualifier or whatever. It would be a bit less effective because his moves weren't that great. But yeah, I think Etalus is a really, really good character right now, and a lot of playing him the right way.
Yeah.
Especially at like lower level too, because he's like such a hard character, you know.
Mhm.
But it feels like it's like whenever I see like someone like in my local scene, they're like, I want to play Etalus. I've been playing for like a month, right? And they pick him up, and he's just like not doing a lot, right? And then I see someone like Adam or Animal, right, that we mentioned, and they're going crazy, you know. Like it's like there's two very different versions of Etalus, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
between us.
I do want to clarify. I think Etalus has a high skill floor, but I don't think he's necessarily hard once you break that skill floor. Like me and me and Max talked about it. He has those 3-piece combos, and I think that consistency in those 3 combos are really important for making him a character. Like a lot of characters, he can forward air, and they just die at like 50. Like having options like that are super, super good.
I want to mention, like, he also just doesn't have to play, like, he has so many different ways to play neutral. Like, you can spam dash attack, sure, that's not really as effective. You can space your down tilts. You can space forward tilt, which is incredibly disjointed and very powerful. And I don't even see, like, top level players use it as often. And not to mention, there's just so much he can do with ice. Like, so much of his, like, aerials and, like, moves just become safer on shield, or just outright safe, or, like, just outright safe on shield.
Where I'm... Oh, you finished.
No, go on. 100% go on.
Where I'm seeing a lot of the Etalus neutral go right now is for that's like the move. And I think like F-tilt is like alright, but you can shield SDI it in and shield grab him. I don't know that.
You can do that. But
yeah, if you're like just a little bit closer than you normally would, not at, you can shield SDI.
Not at max range. You can shield SDI in. You cut out, right? That's what you said?
Yes, that's exactly what I said.
You can cut my voice and dub it over Ian.
Yeah, if you're slightly closer than max range, you can shield SDI, which I think is why a lot of
which is why a lot of Etalus players suck ass, is what you said, right?
That's not what I said.
You said?
That's not what I said. But I see forward tilt the most for like covering jump ins because that move is huge. I don't know why it's so big.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm honestly fine with it. You can have it.
Yeah. Forward tilt's fine. It's a fine move. It's whatever. I think his up tilt is insane though. That's one of the best moves.
That move is really good.
Yeah, he has some of those options where it's like, I caught you with this, and then as y'all said, you get the 3-piece combo, and it feels like all of his tilts kind of lead into that.
He feels like what I would imagine Phoenix Wright would feel like in this game.
Yeah.
like completely separate from like MVC3, because I have no clue how he plays in that game. He just feels like he just fucking stacks up 3 pieces of evidence and kills you. Like, I don't know.
If y'all want though, we can go ahead and move on to Forsburn. I think we can talk about next.
I think Forsburn is like, he has the same problem that like the characters, the last 4 characters on the tier list all have the same problem, except for Loxodont. And we'll get into him, but Fleet, Forsburn, and Absa are the like 3 hardest characters in the game. I think maybe Wrastor's up there too, but he takes a lot of skill and a lot of execution to do things that all of the characters above him are doing for like kind of free. And his recovery is also bad. So I think those 2 things combined is why I don't think he's that great. I don't think he's bad by any means. Like, you see what Cake Assault does with the character. But like, there's also a reason that nobody's doing it like Cake. I think it takes like low-key a generational talent to make Forsburn like play that way. And I think that's the reason there's only one Cake. And it's the same thing for Fleet. There's only one B-Bats. There's only one Billy. Yeah.
I will say, like, Forsburn is one of the characters in the roster that I will say has changed a lot, like, many times throughout the patch. Maybe not as much compared to, like, Wrastor, because Wrastor obviously got, like, complete rework, pretty much.
Yeah.
But, because Forsburn is getting all these constant changes, it's really hard to evaluate where he is as well, given that, like, his best rep is Cake. And then below that, who do we got? Like, I guess like Revelo, Dingo,
Sly,
Sly, who's also playing Clairen, who might actually just switch to Clairen.
I think Sly swapped. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like I feel like I'm forgetting people, but regardless, the point stands. I feel like we're not seeing a lot of top level representation for Forsburn because it's very tricky to navigate him after he gets changed so many times. Alongside that, we have power creep. We have immense power creep. We have characters that we're learning late stage development are way better than they actually are because players are doing different things now that they know how to play these characters. And Forsburn has been in the game for a while, but because like his game plan has switched from patch to patch, it is very hard to make long-term developments with him, and because of that, it's hard to like consider him as a better character in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
I also think he's one of those characters that has like, oh, this is my level 1, and my level 1 is dash back, cape, back air, and down air are like the classic Forsburn habits, and then you get away with that for such a long time because players with it, and then you have to unlearn how to play that way because like better players are just gonna like parry, jump over that, like they're going to do things about it that worse players won't do. And I think that's also why you don't see that many Forsburns at like the actual top level, because like you can get away with it until like high or like the mid, like the beginning of high level, I guess. And then like you have to break out of that habit, and you built that habit for yourself, so it's really hard to get out.
Yeah,
I think also for. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I was gonna say, one of the things that I like wanted to mention is like super like important to the meta is how well your character does at getting your opponent to exhaust resources. And I feel like Forsburn has a lot of tools at his disposal that allow him to like rinse, refresh, or rinse, repeat you off stage, rinse, repeat you up in the air and juggle you and get you to burn your air dodge or get you to burn your jump and then like beat the shit out of you for doing that. And that's like kind of his like, I guess his primary like method of punishing, which is very like unique to a character. I don't think many characters depend on something like that, and that is not something you're gonna see from players outside of like top level range, to be honest. That is something you'll see at like Gommel 25, like game 1 fucking cake against Spargo. Like
a lot of the characters in this game don't need to worry about like burning your resources and keeping track of it. They'll just outright fucking kill you. Where like Max was saying, like Forsburn actually has to like care and keep track because a lot of his combos like aren't real a lot of the time. Or like his edge guards aren't like outright deadly a lot of the time unless you get down air. But like it's the down air move. It's the down air move. Like
it's the back air more so, I'd say.
Really? Oh well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Drop down back air.
My character gets down aired a lot of the time.
My character gets both. It's either way.
Well, your character's worse than mine.
Orcane, so I just couldn't let that
okay.
That's awesome.
Winner.
Winner.
But if y'all want, we can go ahead and move on to Fleet. I think she'd be a good one to talk about next.
I got this one.
You got this one?
B-Bats is definitely like really innovating with her, and then below that.
Yes.
So
B-Bats is like phenomenal as Fleet. Like I can't even put it into words, but I was gonna say, Fleet is just look at the screen and look at what she's doing, and you kind of just win. To be honest, people kind of overcomplicate her because she has an incredible like offstage game plan. Like she can fuck the shit out of you for being offstage, but if you just don't let her win neutral, which is like considerably easy to do against her, I will say, it might be a hot take. She can't do much. She has a couple things. She has like, I guess, side special, but you can always parry on react, and she can just play the game of like angling it a different way so you don't parry it, I guess. Like little things like that, and then she has really good float cancel aerials out of shield. And then apart from that, she doesn't have much. She can't really threaten you to come in and approach her. She can't really like approach the best, I will say. A lot of her moves are just like, can I press the parry button? Can I shield and roll away? Can I run away from you? And then you're fine. And I think everyone in the roster right now can outpace her except like maybe Lux. Am I stupid? I don't know.
No, you're right.
But that's like the big thing is every character in this game has a way of playing against her, like a very decisively victorious way of playing against her, except maybe Lox. And
Yeah.
it just goes to show that, like, I don't know, B-Bass is the GOAT. That's really just it.
I do agree with you for the most part, but I don't think her neutral is as bad as you're saying it is. I think her...
That's fine.
I think her float is a very, very good tool, and you can use it in a lot of the same way that you use Olympia's short hop,
Yes.
and her full hop, where like you can float above somebody, and it's like, am I gonna back air you, or am I? It's like you just have to guess.
Mhm.
And then like the good fleets like Billy will catch onto your opponent's habits of like, oh, when they're scared I'm doing this, they roll away, so they side B you for rolling away, and like things like that. She is a character that can do a lot of good things. It's just I think she has this problem where she's putting in so much more effort than the top tiers above her. And I hope Billy doesn't hear this because it's like I'm glazing Billy right now. But
Let's go.
Billy puts in so much work, genuinely.
Yeah.
One of the most grinder people I've ever seen. All he does is play this game and practice and get better, and there's a reason that he's doing so well, and it's because of that practice. And there's a reason it's only really pushing character, because they are the only...
Did you say him and Mystery Soul? I hope you did.
That's exactly what I said.
Because I was gonna say.
Okay, yeah. But him and Mystery Soul are pushing the character like nobody else. And there's a reason for that, because it takes so much more effort than the character. Although I do think she's a very good character, and I think she can win a major. And I'm not going to let Billy downplay too much, because I think she's really good. But, like, not better than anyone above her.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
that's like the thing.
Yeah.
It's like she's so good, but then
She's
you have
not
all
bad.
these characters that are just so much better.
I think that's the
She's
problem
crazy.
whenever it's like ranking these characters, right? Is it's like I don't look at the roster and think, wow, this chunk of characters is like bad, I can put them all at the bottom, right? It's like maybe
Right.
one characters at most that I think are like, okay, you definitely go at the bottom, and then everyone else, it's like kind of hard to like really precisely order them.
Yeah.
But speaking of bad characters, we can go and chat about Loxodont now if y'all want.
Can I have this one, Max?
You take it.
I hate Loxodont. I think he is, one, terrible. Two, I think he needs to be reworked entirely. I
Hold up, I'm pressing Control F on my document right now of notes.
yeah.
Like, reworked is
Yes.
is used once, and it's for Loxodont.
Fix him. He is the most uninteractive, boring character in the entire
Yeah.
game. One of the best players of Loxodont, Nardwar. The way that he plays the character is that he will down tilt at ledge and grab back, down tilt at ledge and grab
Repeat
back.
it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it.
Maybe I'll forward air at you. Like, maybe. And I think that is the best way to play Loxodont, where you turn Sentry to buddy,
You turn into a sentry, and then
and you don't threaten anyone actively. Like, you just move in your little area over and over again. And it is so unfun to play against. And there's a reason that he has to play that way, and it's because he's fucking terrible. But, like, his entire design is, I'm not going to interact with you. You up off one hit. And I'm just going to be boring. And that's awful. And it's not fun to play against, and I think he's the worst character in the game, and I hope they completely rework him.
I also just like don't think he genuinely has any winning matchups right now. I think
I agree.
even with Absa, I think Absa does very well against him.
Absa fucks him.
Yeah.
bad.
So it's just like, I don't know, this character is like only viable if you are guaranteed to get like Tempest as a map pick and you have a pocket Loxodont. Like, and
Yeah.
it's the one matchup that you feel comfortable in. Like the character is just like, oh my god, it's very disappointing to say because he's not even bad. He is viable, I will say. It is just, his game plan is so boring. It is so like narrow, one-dimensional, and boring, and it's scummy. It's not entertaining to watch. It's not entertaining to play. It shouldn't be in the game. He should be completely like reworked. I think like he shouldn't be the way that he is.
And like,
Yeah, go
nothing
on.
against Lox players. By
Oh,
the way.
100%
I want
nothing
to
against them.
point that out. I understand they like their character, and it sucks that they are shoehorned into this play style. Like, that's not their fault. Literally, the character is that bad that you play that way for him to be competitively viable, I think.
Like what's fun about Loxodont is he's like very easy, right? So for like new
Mhm.
players, he's a very accessible character, right? Like, let's say you're coming from a game like Melee or Ultimate, right? And you're like, I need an easy character to grab, right? Like, he has the generous hitboxes, right? Like, his moves feel good to use. They feel good. They're not necessarily all great to use in neutral. So I feel like if they did rework him, like, they would have to, like, navigate, like, around that idea where it's like, they obviously want him to be approachable for new players, but how would you guys, like, go about, like, a rework? Like, what would you want to see changed specifically?
I literally have no clue. I'm gonna be real. I had to think on it.
I think Lox exemplifies a problem with this game's design where all of the characters are too easy.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, there needs to be an easy character for players to pick up, I guess. But like a lot of the skill expression is I think really important, and characters are so easy. Goodbye, Max. And a lot of the characters are so, and it makes them less entertaining, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I talk about that in my Nult board post all the time, where I'm like, every character needs to be nerfed. People are like, oh, that would make the game less entertaining. Characters wouldn't be able to do cool stuff if they got nerfed, and it's like, that's not what I want. I want characters to be harder, and I want the explosive combos and the 80% combos and the kill confirms. I want them to be hard. I want it to be something that you have to practice and like work for. And I think that's a lot more hype and a lot more entertaining than a character just doing that.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Loxodont up throwing you and then doing whatever he wants for like 60-70% is like,
it's not very
okay,
fun.
I've seen this a million times. Any Loxodont I pick off, like Plat can do this to me. And it's like, it's the same thing with Olympia, where like Olympia will up air you till 70%, and it's like, okay, I've done this a billion times. Like, and I don't know how you would go about redoing Loxodont to make him less easy and make him still fun to play, because I think he was designed in mind to be the easy character. He's a heavy with a joint. Like that's what he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like maybe he just has to be bad. Like I think, like I hate to say that, but maybe some characters just need to be bad. And maybe Lox needs to be that character, because you don't design a heavy with a disjoint. Not me. I don't know.
King DDD. And game we shouldn't talk about.
No, he is easy, and he's also bad.
Yeah.
He's not easy.
No, I'm not doing this with you. He does two things.
I've never played that game, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. I don't wanna...
I played Lucario in that game.
He's one of the easiest characters ever. You do two things, but whatever. But no, he has the same problem as Lox. Yeah, but
it's like, if DDD was like good, he would be like one of the most annoying like plat fighter characters ever, you know? And I feel like Loxodont is like, sorry to all my Lox viewers at home, don't dislike the video, don't click off.
Oh my god.
To fight, you know? He's not like I don't see Loxodont on the character select screen and like squeal with joy that I know I'm gonna get a good game, you know? It's like, it's gonna be
fun in the Ditto. In the Ditto, he's really fun.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Like the reason I like Absa so much is because she is so intricate and she is so difficult. And even when they zero to death me, like that was really cool.
You've never been hit like that before? Is that what you said?
No, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. She is such an interesting and complex character, and I think we need more difficult characters like that in the game.
Yeah,
like if
I agree.
Lox could be just as like terrible as he is right now, or he could be better. But if he was actually hard and he was like difficult and there was more character expression, I think he'd be really cool. But he's so easy, and it's just boring. I think
it's like not very interesting to see him do even his like cooler stuff, because you know it's like not that cool really. You know,
it's because I've seen it 50 times. I've seen down B, neutral B.
Because it's the coolest thing you can do.
Yeah.
So everyone's gonna do it.
Yeah. It's like, whoa, you went for side B downer off stage? Holy. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like, because, like, I know, like, I have, like, friends in my local scene, they're, like, gold or, like, plat, right? And they'll hit that consistently, right? And then I also see, like, high-level Loxodonts hit that consistently, because it's, like, the gap between, like, knowing how to play Loxodont and then, like, what he's, like, really good at is, like, not, like, very big there.
Yeah. When you get better at Loxodont, a lot of the time I feel like it's just getting better at the video game, and it's not like Loxodont a lot of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
You're not like learning like a new combo route, you're learning like how to properly like parry and like where you can punish things, you know?
Yeah, you're learning how to recognize your opponent's habits better a lot of the time. It's like you unlock the up throw back air route, and then that's all the rest of it, and it's kind of crazy.
We haven't even talked about jab. Lox's jab is crazy.
The move's crazy.
Don't get me started.
The jab, and he does the F tilt, and then maybe he grabs you, or like anything. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love that game plan. I love using it. It's so funny.
I love it when he does 2 jabs on me, and I get hit by the second jab. And
we got that.
did we actually? We did not get that.
Anyways, do you want to talk about Absa before we wrap up and talk about like game mechanics? If y'all still want to talk about those.
Let me start with this.
Yeah,
I think nobody's read about Absa right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone thinks she's absolute dog shit, and I don't want to say I'm confident that's not true. I think it's not true. I think before the wave dash changes, she already had a lot of like really good shit she's able to do. Like someone that plays Ranno was struggling against someone that fucking played like week 1 of Absa, and I know how Absa works, but her like Cloud does so much for her that like so many people aren't really realizing. Not to mention, she has so much movement tech that people aren't even implementing it at top levels, which is crazy to me. Like her double jump cancel fair, it like that covers a lot of space and it pokes and it like deals with CC and forehug very well. And it's not very easy to react to, and it's not very easy to recognize. And she doesn't have to do that fair like as her neutral. She can do something else. She can position Cloud. She can put Cloud Bomb down. She can space forward tilt, which is a crazy ass move. She can do so much shit, and people are just like, oh, well, she's floaty, she's slow, and she gets punished. So bottom of the tier list. And it's like we need to let her cook. We don't let any character cook before we put them on a tier list. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've played like Ant, which I think is one of the best right now. I don't know if it would be top level representation of her.
We don't have anyone right now, to be honest.
Yeah, it's like
as far as I know,
she's been out for like a little bit. I don't think the only reason I have her so low right now is because
I don't want to put her any further above Lox because like we haven't seen a lot from her, and I don't know. She doesn't seem turbo broken. She isn't doing anything crazy yet. Is this what you would say?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and she didn't release super broken, so I don't know what she's capable of. And Max is looking at me like I'm cutting out right now, and I can't.
No, you're not cutting out.
Okay. But yeah, and I also like I think her being so light is really really bad. It is so bad. I see like Ant get purple at 40 off of a shine and like things like that.
Yeah,
and it's like and it's like the thing with her being so hard is that's super awesome, but the game is filled with characters that are super easy. And until we have like a year or 2 of development, I think back as a.
Oh no! I cut out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Just at the very end there, like the last 3 words.
Okay, I think it'll hold her back for a long time.
I think what we need is, well, I don't know if I want to say this because everyone's gonna fucking dog on me for this. We need people that are comfortable with playing lame. We have nobody that's doing that with any character right now. And I think once we put a fucking the buzz on Absa, like everyone's screwed. Like I think Absa played super lame, will do very very well, and I think she doesn't particularly like struggle as much if you just don't interact, which might be a hot take. Ant would fucking come for my neck if he heard me say it.
Yeah, he would.
But
he would kill you.
I'm pretty sure that is the case. Like
she's a zoner.
Yeah, she is just straight up a zoner, and if you try to play her the other way, you might have success with her, but she is primarily a zoner, and she will do very well at zoning. Like, very well. And we don't have anyone playing lame enough for us to be able to, like, evaluate if that's true.
I think she's a very interestingly designed zoner. I think she's a very well-designed zoner.
She is my favorite character in this game right now.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, design, she is, I think, probably the best designed character in this game right now.
Agreed.
Yeah, I think 100%. She's very sick. I definitely, what you said about, like, how Absa, she can, like, zero to death you, and then you've never seen it before, I don't even think that's because she's, like, new. I think it's because she has so much in her kit that she can, like, access, you know?
Yeah.
Which seems like
she has so much versatility.
Very interesting. I'm very curious where she goes in the meta, because I agree with y'all where it's, like, I'm not very comfortable saying, like, she's super good, she's really bad, like, I told people, I was like, I'll have an advanced Absa guide on the channel, and I was going to talk to, like, some Absa players, and then I chatted with them for a little bit, and they're like, we don't know. Like, this character's crazy. Like, we need more time, you know?
100%. I was gonna say, like, off of early impressions and just like completely kind of like speculating as to where she might go, I think she'd go right above Fleet, where I have Fleet in the tier list, which is like bottom 3, admittedly. But I think at the very least, she can probably outperform Fleet in some matchups.
I think she's probably better than Lox right now.
I think, like,
I
for
see
a
that.
fact, she is better than Loxodont
Yeah,
right now.
for sure.
But yeah, she hasn't done anything though, which is important to me. Until she does, like, how many did we have in top 64 of the H-box thing?
I think like 1 or 2.
Just Ant. I think it was literally just Ant.
That's less than Loxodont. Like, and it's like,
Isn't that incredible? Like, that's crazy. Like,
yeah. I think once she's given time to cook, she will eventually move up the tier list, and I still am holding out hope that the rest of the tier list gets nerfed. But like, I think Fleet and Absa are like exactly where the power level of the game should be. So
I don't know how to say that, because, like, I feel like if the game was literally just like 3 characters, including Fleet, I don't know if Fleet would necessarily be at the bottom, even though she's literally bottom 3 in, like,
yeah,
our tier list.
I agree.
I feel like it just depends on the other characters in the game right now. And I don't think Fleet is, like, at a specific level. It is more so these characters exist in the game, and because she performs this way in matchups against those characters, she is this far down. So saying a character should be, like, balanced around Fleet at this point, in my opinion, is very, like, I don't know.
I see what you mean, but like I see the characters as like out of 10 like power level wise, because like specifically with the stuff that Fleet can do, it's only 2 people doing that, and I think that's really important to consider.
That's fair. Yeah.
I want more of that. I want more of like characters that you need to put genuine hard work and effort and blood, sweat, and tears into to make like really, really good.
Yeah,
and like I was talking to Matt about this earlier, but like when I say that I want the rest of the cast to be worse, I want them all to be harder.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yes,
I like that so much more. Yeah.
I want them all to be hard. Every single character, including
I feel like whenever stuff is easy, it's just kind of like boring. It's not very rewarding to hit like the easy like Loxodont down air, you know? Like that's not
That's why I dropped Ranno.
fun.
Like,
You know? Yeah. But I know that we did want to talk about like mechanics in the game that you guys wanted to see changed, or which I thought was like healthy or unhealthy. Did you guys have any notes on that? Sorry to cut you off.
grab.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, generally, I think the game is actually like in a very healthy spot, and the only thing I would even like hint at maybe changing is auto floor hug, but not necessarily the mechanic itself, but more so the range at which people, or like the percent ranges in which characters can use them. I'm pretty sure, like, just like as an example, Olympia Nair 2 has a lot of reward off of it, and it breaks floor hug at 19%.
Yes.
And you can get your opponent to 18% by throwing crystal while they're auto floor hugging and gem dashing. And then you just have 1 more percent, and you can Nair 2 it, and you practically have like a way easier neutral at that point, because short hop Nair does a lot for that character. And I think we should be looking more at scenarios where characters are able to break auto floor hugs so early, or like decide that they should, or decide that they shouldn't, or decide that like maybe it should just be jabs or something like that. Because
I agree.
Being in a game where Olympia can throw out Nair 2 and break your auto floor hug, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I think certain characters need those things reevaluated. Like with Ranno, like fair spike.
That's another thing.
That move needs to be smaller.
Every character has like one thing.
Yeah.
I think like Orcane down tilt against like the auto floor hug is another good example of that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like you get 20% on your opponent, and now you're doing anything out of that move.
Yeah.
I think characters should have options to beat auto floor hug, of course, but I don't think it should be like the most easy accessible option in their kit, like Olympia Nair 2 or like a Ranno shield drop fair spike.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, Olympia up air spike breaking floor hug is perfect. I think that's great design.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's like that is a hitbox I have to specifically go for, and it's hard to hit. Like I think that's great, but like Orcane down tilt breaking at like 20. That's not hard to do. That's just free low. And then like Clairen tippers, not really interacting with Floor Hug.
Yeah.
Like a lot of
At that point, like, why is it in the game? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
like you can Floor Hug a Clairen tipper at like 10 or something. Like Clairen back air tipper, you Floor Hug that, you're getting grabbed anyways.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, cool. Why did I even do that? Like, I think certain things like that really need to be reevaluated. But I feel like that's more of a character thing than an engine thing.
Yeah, I think.
But it is like a
I think you could say it. Yeah, exactly. You can say it about multiple characters, and it's how these characters interact with the specific mechanic. So, like, I feel like it was very abruptly decided to add this mechanic because obviously we have like some of these circumstances where we view it as like I don't know, like stupid, like moronic. Like why are these moves breaking Floor Hug? And like if they are, like what is the point of Floor Hug? Like I don't know.
Like I think they did a great job with Absa with it. Because like she needs specific hitboxes to break Floor Hug, and if she doesn't, she gets punished by it really hard. And like I think that's great. I think that's the perfect way to do it. And it's the same thing with like Fleet, where she was designed around Floor Hug really well. And I think me and Max have talked about this before, but it was a while ago, where a lot of the Rivals 1 characters were designed without Floor Hug in mind.
Right.
So a lot of them interact with it in really strange or like annoying ways. And I think that's something that they need to go back with like most of the characters in this game and reevaluate how they want them to deal with Floor Hugging.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Fleet like is definitely a good example because she has like a handful of moves that do break Floor Hugging. And I feel like if everyone had options like that, right, where it's like, I believe like Fleet Forward Air always breaks Floor Hug, right? Is that one of them?
I'm not the knower.
It might have been.
I'm sorry.
It used to.
It used to, okay. But like stuff like that where it's like, you just have an option that is just like, you can't Floor Hug this, or it's like, I'm guaranteed a follow-up if you do.
I think,
you know.
Actually, I think it's the opposite right now with Fleet.
You think so?
Where it just like doesn't break Floor Hug at all. No, but like I think she's designed very well around Floor Hug though. I agree. Like I think her moves that she uses the most in neutral, like Nair and like Forward Air and like Side B, losing to Floor Hug is good, but she gets a huge punish and a huge call out for like landing a down air or something like that, or like spacing a back air and forcing you to like DI it poorly because you're trying to Floor Hug it. Like that is really good design in my opinion. And we need more of that.
Yeah, for sure. Was there any other mechanics you wanted to touch on in the game? Or do you feel like it's all in a good spot right now?
Yeah, it's just bufferable shield grab for me. Like I think that's super important. The entire game is designed with accessibility and buffer and like all of that in mind. And like, why is this one thing the exception?
Right.
Yeah, that does feel a little bit weird. It's definitely a bit strange. But before we wrap up here, do you guys like want to tell the viewers where they can find you guys online? What events y'all will be at next?
Max, you want to go first?
You can find me on Twitter, toothbrushbutt. You can find me on Twitch, toothbrush_butt. And you'll see me at Collision, Supernova, Hitfall 4, and maybe more. I don't know. For now, that's it.
Yeah. And then, Jorg, did you want to tell everyone where they can find you?
Yeah, you can also find me on Twitter at Jorgilon. And I also stream on Twitch at Jorgilon. I stream like my bracket runs like every week. I enter last stock like almost every week.
Yeah.
And I will also be at Supernova, hopefully Collision, and I will definitely be at Riptide.
Yeah, that's super.
Sponsored by Zeke.
Yes, he's super
Let's
awesome.
go.
Yeah.
That's good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being on the pod, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.
See ya.